Allman Brothers. There you go, a little Allman Brothers to start your day. We have lots to do. We've been laughing at the Bobo first pitch, the Ebola, the Paul George injury. Why does everything sound overmodulated?
It sounds very...
Huh?
A little loud, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, Sam had a big party in here on air and told everyone to fidget with the wires. Stop fidgeting.
I'm just adjusting everything. It sounds completely different again today. Did it sound all right for you inside there in the other room? In your closet that we forced you to broadcast from?
Yeah.
Do people know that?
Yeah.
Because we want to lounge around in the actual broadcasting studio, we force you to be in a little area?
Yeah, the first day of the pre-show, we were in the studio.
And that didn't work.
You guys said it wasn't going to work for you.
No, because I didn't want to hang in the office. I guess we have an office around here.
Yeah, two.
Yeah,
we have two offices, and that didn't work. So we said, no, we want to just hang out in this studio.
But then day two, I think we tried hanging out in here, and it just felt weird. Like we're just watching Sam broadcast. It was too bizarre.
Right. So we moved you to the closet.
Yeah.
Where's Mars? Is he doing a walkabout? Because I think some things need to be adjusted a little bit. You sound better, Jimmy?
I can't. I think my headphones are just too loud. I just turn them down a little bit.
All right.
Sometimes it's just the headphones. You think everybody else can hear it, and they're like, "No, it's fine."
I'm horrified. Oh, there it is. That's exactly what we were talking about. The Ebola guy just walking into Emory. That horrified me over the weekend.
Which guy is he?
He's the
on the left or the right. There's two guys.
That's not good for the other guy. I believe it's the guy on the right. He looks like he's a little weary as he walks into the hospital down there in Atlanta. I don't know. Oh, there's the Donald Trump thing we're going to talk about too. Okay, I don't know if we should be bringing Ebola people to the United States. That scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of silly too. It's a really rough one, man.
But how do you get Ebola?
I think it's touch.
It is touch. It's not airborne. Touch. I know that much, but
right from just touching somebody's, they have it on their hands,
right,
or on their face. And I don't know, but I mean, why we're bringing people here, I really don't think that's just a wise decision.
Does Perel take care of it?
You know what? It might. Before it affects you, Purell probably does kill it.
You think?
Yeah. I'm going to guess that Purell kills anything, but Purell is probably the second it touches them.
Right.
Maybe it has to get into a cut, or maybe it will seep into your skin.
I think people in general don't know much about Ebola because I was watching some reports, and down there in Atlanta, people are horrified that this guy is over there. They're just horrified, even though they're not even close to the hospital. They're just convinced it's going to be just a major outbreak.
Well, they have the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, so every disease, Ebola's already in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure they already have some in the Center for Disease Control, so it's not like there's no
just
disease.
in a test tube somewhere?
I don't know what they keep them in.
Do people go and visit it? Like, oh, let's go check out the Ebola sample?
Yeah, let's go look at bubonic plague for a little while.
I don't know why we do that. I don't trust human beings. Eventually, something stupid will happen, right?
I'm hoping it's in some sort of a giant safe or something. There's got to be something they protect it. Giant safe. Can't just walk through and touch it.
You think it's just kind of laying around?
Yeah.
Well, where did I leave that Ebola sample?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, get it. It's by the lamp. Get it away from there. So I'm gonna knock it over.
Right. But Donald Trump is not happy, and now people are mad at Donald Trump. Well, but I think he kind of makes some good points.
He said, "It's look, these are great people that go and do work."
Yeah.
But you have to suffer the consequences.
Right.
And I don't know if he's wrong. I mean, we got to be humanitarian, but do you want people with this disease coming in? I mean,
I don't know. That's why I think we need Dr. Steve. It seems like it's kind of hard to get. But if you do get it, you're a goner. Like over 70% of the people that get it, I believe, die from it. So.
I think so. And it's so fast. And this is the thing they said, that it's not like AIDS. Whereas AIDS, you can have it and kill a lot of people.
Right.
Ebola, relatively quickly if you have it.
Yeah, and if you have it, you don't really have a chance to spread it to too many people.
But a woman just died in London.
You out.
In the airport. In Heathrow Airport, she was vomiting, and she died in the airport, I believe, coming from, I want to say, Sierra Leone. Or somewhere in Africa.
She's just sitting there in the airport, just puking.
Yeah, connecting
with
flight.
Ebola.
Yeah.
So then what happens? Do other people get it there now?
I don't know. I do not know if she was a commercial passenger or what it was, but she died in Heathrow Airport.
So they just throw some sawdust down and tell everyone to just move along?
I don't know. I wish I had more information on this.
Yeah, we need more info on this. Is Dr. Steve awake yet?
We're calling him.
Oh, we're calling him? All right, good. There are two guys that have it. The other person is from Maine. They're bringing another patient tomorrow, I believe, with the Ebola.
Isn't it the guy's wife?
No, the guy's wife just wanted to, check him out, make sure he's okay. I don't.
The doctor and his wife, don't they? Oh, I thought they were a married couple that had it.
I don't think so, but I'm not positive now that you're making me second guess myself. Because I think she was very happy that her husband was back in the States. Getting getting the treatment. So, you think he's going to make it?
Yeah, if he's getting treatment here, if he's walking in, I bet you.
But they said there's no cure.
I guess they can do something for it if they get to you in time. I don't know what they can do. Maybe that's why they're bringing him here, because they want to see what they can do.
Dr. Steve, thank God. Dr. Steve, thank God. Hold our hands and get us through this.
Two idiots speculating about the Ebola virus.
We don't know shit about this, we're learning.
Okay. Yeah,
Are you awake, first of all?
What's that?
Are you awake?
Yeah. My kid's going to middle school, so I have to get up an hour earlier. So yeah.
All right, so you're not going to fake your way through his phone call?
No, not at all.
Half asleep like you've done many times on our show? And then I get text messages from you later in the day like...
Was that okay?
I was half asleep. You woke me up. All right, break down this Ebola thing. Is it okay that this guy is in Atlanta at Emory?
Well, yeah, I saw them bringing him in hazmat suits, and the thing is that you can be infectious for, I'll tell you, you'll find this interesting. They found Ebola in the semen of a man who survived Ebola up to 4 weeks after he was done with the illness. This stupid virus hangs around. It's one of the few viruses that you can get from a dead person. That's where this thing spreads from, because people stay away from the people when they're alive, but then when they're dead, they come in to bury them, and that's when they get exposed.
Oh, it's amazing how viruses know to hang out in the semen,
right?
Because somebody will be drinking this.
Right?
Because people in the end just can't help themselves.
Yeah,
of course.
Or they have to help themselves.
But that's basically it, and they are working on a serum that will, because, people who have survived this have antibodies, and eventually you can figure out a way to cop out those antibodies from the people who survive and get a serum going that you can give to people who are infected. So they had one dose of this experimental serum, and they gave it to one of the patients because the guy was like, "No, give it to the girl." And so he's considered a hero in the medical community right now because he refused it himself and had him give it to his coworker. But we don't know anything whether it worked or if it helped her or any of that.
Was he being brave, or just he didn't know if it was going to work? So he was like, "Yeah, give it to her and see what happens."
I would have pushed her out of the way. You got Ebola. That's no time to be a hero.
Right.
Sucks to be you. Give me now. Wait, I got to go backwards. So the person's dead. How do you get Ebola from a dead person?
Well, because, look, what does this do? It causes you to shit and puke blood, and causes diarrhea, and they're just covered with fluids. And even if they're cleaned, viruses are submicroscopic. So it's
but how
very
does
easy.
But you sorry to interrupt, but I'm just going to ask the kindergarten question. So they have the infected fluid. Then how does it has to get inside you, right?
Right. Oh, okay. So
does it go through a cut, your mouth, huh?
Yeah, you go in to bury somebody, and you get some virus particles on your hand, and because they're covered in secretions and blood and fluid, they're all infected.
Gotcha.
And then you go eat dinner and you stick your stupid hand in your mouth.
Who doesn't wash their hands after touching Ebola bodies?
No kidding.
This is, where this is endemic is in an area where, hygiene may not be the number one priority.
Jimmy's the number 10 priority. Jesus. It's not in the top 50.
Jimmy's kind of right. I mean, I don't wash my hands every time I go in the bathroom, but if I'm in a Ebola environment, I'm definitely washing my hands all the time.
And I'm sure a lot of people do, and that's why this hasn't been as bad as it possibly could be.
Would Purell kill it if you put Purell on it immediately?
I believe so, yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, the odds of anyone getting Ebola because this guy is down there in Atlanta, very slim, right?
I think it's very slim at this point.
But let's say the guy,
every precaution, and he's already partially treated. So
where are they taking all his fluids?
Oh, they'll go to the CDC and they'll incinerate them if they the rest if they don't study.
But how do you get rid of the fluids to the point where the Ebola is gone?
Oh, incinerate it.
That's all. Or heat it up.
Yeah, I'm sure they can wash this stuff in bleach or something. I mean, I'm not an expert on how to clean up after an Ebola outbreak, but bleach does a lot of stuff. So,
what poor sap has that job after this guy's done down there at Emory? All right, Harry, go in there and clean up. Oh my! Who the fuck would want that job? And it's microscopic. You don't even know. You're just washing everything around you and hoping you got it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just destroy that room or something after they're done with it?
No, I mean they don't have to destroy it, but there are things that now look when they had that outbreak in that monkey colony in Pittsburgh or wherever it was, where they had that thing in the hot zone. They went in with hot plates and they put formaldehyde on the hot plates, and it completely sterilized every microbe, every virus in that building. And they may do that with this.
Oh,
wait.
So
formaldehyde does that?
They can fumigate these rooms so that there isn't a single living virus or bacteria in the room. So they can do that.
An actual hot plate like you used to use in college?
Yeah. That's how they did it in that one. I remember reading that book, The Hot Zone, and I mean that was quite a few years ago when all of this stuff first hit.
I read The Hot Zone as well, and made it seem like this thing is going to just destroy the earth.
Yeah,
they might have exaggerated a little bit in that book, don't you think?
Well, but you remember in the book, those guys were working in there in that lab, and then all these people come in hazmat suits. It's like, holy shit, because they weren't wearing anything. They were just exposed to us.
But wait, what about the woman who just died in the airport in London? There's a woman who died, I think, vomiting getting in Heathrow.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
I hadn't heard about that.
When you have to shut down the airport?
I'm guessing so, yeah. I hope I'm right about that.
Imagine just a businessman just walks through the vomit with his shoes and now just spreads all over the place.
Yeah, well, that's how that shit spreads.
When you go into that room down in Atlanta with like a flamethrower to kill it all?
Well, that's basically what they do. Flame is just oxidation, right? It's just really fast, and so you can use oxidating agents that just don't do it as fast as flame, like bleach. Bleach is an oxidizer,
right?
And so it does the same thing to the molecules as flame, except without the heat.
Now,
I'm not an expert on cleaning up after an Ebola.
But I'm trying to find it right now. The story about this.
But there was one other question. So they say Ebola doesn't have a cure, right?
That's right. Right. We don't have a vaccine for it yet.
But you can treat
the treatment is supportive care. In other words, you give them IVs and you try to keep their body alive until their body can fight it off.
Oh
wow! And then how long will it be before this guy has sex with his wife again? Before she's like, okay, I think the Ebola's gone.
Yeah, I would go.
How good are these questions?
I think a year.
Why ever do it again?
Yeah.
Guy finally has an excuse.
She'll pretend her new fetish,
right?
Or she'll pretend her new fetish is that he licks her feet and jerks off into a baggie. That turns me on when you do that.
Honey, now you know.
Gatwick, sorry.
Might still have the Ebola in me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, there you go.
By the way, can they stop showing pictures of the virus itself to make it a scarier story?
The virus itself. Look at that damn thing. I mean, it even looks evil. It looks like worms and stuff. It's not like a regular virus.
It almost looks like an anime character.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
I don't like it. I'm tired of it.
I don't like it either.
How hard did you get with this whole Ebola thing, coming to America, being a medical guy?
It was Gatwick, not Heathrow, by the way.
How excited were you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, shit, I've got kids. I don't, I'm a little freaked out about them bringing them here, but I understand that they're really good at what they do. But I've also seen I Am Legend, and I've seen Contagion, and it's a little concerning, no question about it.
They're saying this is one of the biggest outbreaks in Africa right now, and it's only killed about just under 900 people.
Right.
You would think if it's the biggest outbreak ever for this Ebola, that number would be way higher.
Right.
But
no, influenza kills more people in a year than I think Ebola has since we've discovered it.
How many days does it take to die, though, if you get it?
That I'm not sure of.
Yeah.
I know the incubation time is 2 to 21 days, so you can get it either 2 days after you're exposed or up to 3 weeks later.
Oh, I didn't know it was that long.
And then the viral syndrome, I think it can kill you in a week. I'm not sure.
What is the first sign? Is it like a headache, or do you just start shitting blood?
Yeah, sudden onset of fever, headache, nausea, vomiting.
Sudden.
Yeah, and I'm not looking anything up right now, so that's off the top of my head. But yeah, sudden onset.
So is Trump right to not want them here?
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they are taking every precaution. I watched them pull this.
Yeah, but why can't they do all this somewhere else?
Yeah, bring the medical equipment somewhere.
Exactly.
On a runway somewhere.
You saw that special.
Yeah, no,
you saw the special plane they have, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, and they could do all of those things, and why they didn't, I don't know. I can find out, though. I mean, that's something I can become an expert on anything in about 5 minutes. But I didn't know you guys were going to be calling me, so I really don't know the answer to that.
And the second patient is coming tomorrow, and you're saying the Ebola could be in this guy even if he starts feeling a lot healthier. It could just be in his body for how long?
Up to I think it's up to 6 weeks, and that's probably an outlier, but, we're not going to take any chances on that.
So this guy is not going to see the light of day for a while. They're not going to just allow him to walk around after he starts feeling better.
But with these secretions and stuff, so if he keeps his fluids to himself, maybe, I don't know what the rules are on that.
No,
Again, I could find out.
They'll keep him for 4 months, I bet.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they kept the astronauts in, who came back from the moon in isolation for several days.
Because what if we're wrong?
That place was sterile. So
and how,
what are they going to do to this guy?
Is there an actual test to make sure the Ebola is totally out of this guy?
Say it again.
Is there an actual test where you could tell if the Ebola is out of him for sure?
Yeah.
How reliable is that test?
Well, they found it in your semen 4 weeks later. Did they know that was happening?
Well, I'm sure if I know, they know.
No. But meaning before, for a while ago, did they know that? No,
I don't think so.
So what if it hides somewhere else? Like, what if it hides in a place in your spine and we don't know it because most people die with it, but there's a way that it will hide in your spine or in your brainstem, and then all of a sudden 6 months later it comes out? Like, what if it works like a weird herpes where you can't really detect it unless you are having an Ebola outbreak or whatever?
Well, sure. I mean, what if pigs could fly? I mean, I don't know.
Well, so many jokes just flew through my head.
Yeah, well,
that is a very speculative question, and it's true. We haven't had that many people survive this thing.
All right, we got a better question coming in for you. Bob in Connecticut, you're on with Dr. Steve.
Dude, the virus gets you, dude. It's your time to go.
Yeah, I was wondering, what do they do with this piss and shit? Are they just flushing it down the toilet? Now it's infecting all the, the sewer water?
I'm sure that's all isolated.
How do you isolate piss and shit?
Well, if you want to...
they have those incinerating toilets and stuff. Hey, listen, I have a
Wait, what's an incinerating toilet? I've never heard of that.
Well, it's a toilet. You shit and piss in it, and then it heats it up to the point where it just turns to ash.
Oh, wow.
How humiliating. Yeah. You just want to take a dump.
Yeah, your shit's on fire.
Right.
The whole fucking town knows you're shitting because it smells like fucking Dachau.
Right.
Listen,
it's like electing a pope. Oh, you shit again.
I have a friend who is the president's advisor on vaccines, and what I'll do is I'll call him later today, and I can either hook him up with you guys.
No, we won't. We won't care later. We'll be doing other things. Okay, this is your time right now, right here, right now.
Will you call him with questions? Does he say, "Look, I'm dealing with the president and the Ebola outbreak," or does he actually talk to you?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he talks to me. He's my friend.
God, imagine this guy just goes, I got to take a leak. People must be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know.
What if he gets what if he gets a few drops on the seat? You know, we all get a few drops on the seat, right, Dr. Steve?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what if he wipes it with his sock like I like to do? Could that be a problem?
It's secreted in urine, but I don't know the answer. I've said that way too many times during this phone call. I just don't want to say anything incorrect.
And then some people are saying that the military and the government are behind this, and they want to weaponize it.
Well, I sure hope that isn't true.
Why would they want to weaponize Ebola? You can't weaponize something that's that contagious, and it's ridiculous.
Well, they may think they can control it, and
Well, let's see if it's ridiculous. Todd in Pittsburgh, go ahead.
Hey, fellas.
Hi.
I know it sounds like a conspiracy, but Ebola kills you so fast that, I mean, it isn't out of the realm of possibility that they want it here to look at it, to study, or to inoculate our soldiers against it if other people get it.
Yeah, it is sort of the neutron bomb of diseases because it kills so fast it doesn't spread that much.
I'm not all in with conspiracies, I'll be honest with you, but it does like make you question things. Like, why do they have to bring this guy all the way to the United States? That's strange to me. It just seems like there's other areas they could have treated this guy.
Yeah, I think so. Of course, the CDC is the greatest infectious disease center in the world.
And it's down there in Atlanta. We all know that.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, I can find out more, and if it comes up again, call me. I'll do some research on it today as far as these more detailed questions. I mean, I can tell you about piss and shit and puke.
All right, one more call from Corey. Corey.
Yes,
Corey.
Yes.
And that's how you spread a virus.
I'm actually at Emory University. I have to go see my neurosurgeon for some spine surgery, but it's a little frightening to say, hey, I'm in the same freaking hospital as this idiot. Not an idiot,
right?
But why is he an idiot? He's a nice man trying to help people.
Yes. They flew him in on a $45 million jet, but I don't know if you saw the ambulance. They threw him into an ambulance that's been in service for 10 years, and it's in rotation in Atlanta right now.
I'm sure they washed it out.
I understand he walked into it, too, right?
He walked into the hospital.
Yeah, he's trying to be a tough guy. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd just be disgusting to get that ambulance knowing that guy had Ebola inside that ambulance.
Yeah, I'm sure they figured that out, sir.
Or you would think we'll just waste an ambulance.
Yeah, let's get rid of it. Maybe that's why they used it. It's 10 years old. Like, all right, we'll burn it.
Right. Yeah, get one that's...
I'm sure they used wet naps to clean it.
Do you think they want him here, though, just to really, really try to get a handle on this and cure it? Like,
maybe to kind of study it a little closer or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that was my thought on that. And again, the CDC being the place to be if you're going to have something like this. But they'll eventually have a serum or something that will help to ameliorate the symptoms of this disease.
What does that mean? Sam looks like he has no idea what you're talking about.
Decrease it.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm glad you told the audience.
Ameliorate. I had no idea what that was. Sorry. Was Amelia hungry? Go ahead, Doc.
All right. Well, I got to get these boys to middle school. It's their first day, and we're all sort of shitting ourselves.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Okay. All right. Yeah. That passed me by, too. Your kids are starting school August 4th?
Yeah. They get out in May, like early May.
You do realize there's another month of summer.
Yeah, I know. This is
the fuck is wrong with you people down there?
I have no idea why they do this, but they get out early and they go early. And we used to go. That's not your notebook, bro.
What?
Go get your. Sorry, I'm talking to my kid. He's got the wrong backpack. We used to go the day after Labor Day.
Which is when?
That's the first week of September.
Oh, right. Go back to school, you mean?
Your kids have to start school pretty much in the middle of summer.
Yep.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it sucks. There's summer, and they're starting this thing where they're going round or year round. So they're only going. They only have, I guess, 6 weeks off. for summer vacation.
How long was summer vacation when we went? It was like
June, middle of June, right, to September?
Yeah, it was like end of June
seemed like it
until
was 3
right
months.
after Labor Day.
Right.
so about a little over about 2 months.
2.5.
2.5 months.
So when did their school year end?
They get out May 15th, I think.
That's
Like
just
May 20th.
dumb.
Yeah, because what about the family for vacation? Everyone else is.
That's just so stupid.
Well, I don't know why they have to
You know
start
what?
school at 7:30 either.
Everyone takes a week or two in August, you know.
Yeah.
And you're stuck bringing them to school already.
Yep.
That's weird.
Well, do you know when it's good though?
I've
Like
gotten it
September
a little bit more
10th.
disjointed than normal. That's because I was cooking their breakfast and feeding them while I was trying to talk to you about Ebola virus. So
No problem.
September 10th or so, they're probably happy because they've already got the first month out of the way.
Right.
Like once everyone else is back, you're like a month in already. You're like
Right.
fucking blown.
Yeah, I guess.
that is true.
That's just some dumb Nashville shit.
Yeah.
Not Nashville. Where are you? Fucking down there in Tennessee somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm never.
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm never coming to see you. If you were close to Nashville, I would. How close are you? How close are you to Nashville?
4.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm never seeing you. Sorry.
Okay.
If you were close to Nashville, then I would say, "Hey, Dr. Steve, I'm here," and then I would start hinting, "Let's go to Nashville for dinner."
Yeah. Absolutely.
4.5 hours. What's wrong with you? Move closer to Nashville.
I know. I am in so far away from everything that we have to take one of those little puddle jumping planes just to get to a hub so we can get something, go someplace.
Oh, there's no like international flights from where you are.
I love this.
No.
I love this. That means Dr. Steve is hiding from things. What are you hiding from? Why are you there? Who would
I'm
do
hiding
that?
from, crime and a lot of other things that we don't have here. I mean, I still have friends who don't lock their front door. Of course, I think they're stupid.
They are stupid.
It is.
Well, yeah, I bet they have like weird laws where he is too. Well, technically the statute of limitations on medical malpractice is 2 weeks.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. There's a story there. We're going to wrestle that out of you someday.
Oh, there is a story, but it's not interesting in the slightest.
Really?
No, not at all. It's just how things happen.
So you got to take them to school now for their first day.
Okay, I'll bring you your lunchbox. I forgot his lunchbox because I was talking to you guys. Okay. Anyway, I'll bring your lunchbox.
Have fun.
All right, we'll let you go.
Okay, gotta go. Sorry, guys.
All right, bye.
It's emergency. All right, I'll see you. Bye.
All right,
first day of
Dr.
school.
Steve, August 4th.
All I'm thinking of is how awful it is to go to school and you have to shit, but you can't before you leave.
Right.
So you're going to have to shit in school.
I'd shit in school.
I had to a few times, but I never liked it.
Why?
Rotten toilet paper. One little sheet after another little sheet. It was the worst shitting in school. It's terrible.
Why do they make toilet paper so valuable? It's so stupid. I
don't know.
And you get in some of these public bathrooms, it's like, really? And you have to like use both hands to try to roll the toilet paper to get some.
Well, that's good. They don't want you pulling and having the roll spit and pulling like fucking 400 feet of toilet paper. But that little one piece of paper at a time was the worst way to wipe your ass.
And it was one ply. It wasn't two ply. It wasn't nice toilet paper.
No, it was awful.
You get a hole in it, like it would rip, and you realize you were just fingering your butt.
Yeah, so there were positives, but aside from it was negative mostly.
I had shitty toilet paper at home too. My mom
You
went
did?
for that. My mom got that toilet paper. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. Where like when you wiped your ass, it just looked greasy. It didn't really. It didn't really like soak it up.
It's like
yeah.
Does
crepe
anyone else
paper.
know that one?
Yeah, tracing paper. That's terrible.
That's the only way I could explain it.
Like there were grease blots on
Pretty
it.
much because there was no soaking agent.
You're wiping your ass with that clear stuff that covers the windows in winter.
Oh God. Yeah, we had shitty toilet paper. But then again, we had 7 kids. Imagine what the toilet paper bill would have been.
Yeah, I guess you'd be clogging up toilets too with anything that doesn't instantly dissolve.
It was horrible. I remember when I would go to that's why I don't mind shitting. Wow, I just figured it out. I'll shit anywhere. Everyone knows that. Now we know why.
Because every shitting experience was better than at home.
Yes. So,
Yes.
like, if I went to my friend's house, I would shit because they had the nice, the fucking Charmin or something.
Would you ever hold it in because you knew that he had Charmin in his house?
I don't remember. I'm too old. Those memories are going away quickly. I don't remember anymore. I do remember, though, that I was very happy when I got to shit somewhere else because I knew they would have the proper toilet paper. This is the God's honest truth.
I like a thinner paper, though. I don't like the stuff that you're talking about. That's terrible. But I don't like Cottonelle. No, it's like wiping your ass with a beach towel. I hate that. I like a thinner paper.
I like it. I like the softer, the better.
Because you didn't have anything like that.
No, I'll do some extra wiping.
I feel like I can't get a good feel for the road. You know what I mean? I really can't. I do. It's like tires that are too big.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel any connection to it. It's like I'm moving my hand. I feel nothing.
You need that texture.
I like
Anal texture.
tactile experience.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's why I like shitting anywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'll even shit at the Port Authority because they had better toilet paper than my my home.
You thought your friends were wiping their asses with quilts.
Fuck yeah.
Where am I?
And they had the nice bread, too. The nice Wonder Bread.
Soft.
Wipe your ass with it.
You want it right. All right. I can tell you why the kids start school early. Does anyone care?
I would like to know. I'm very
Really? It's just,
I don't
it's
get
just
it.
so weird that it's early August that this isn't happening up here in the New York area. I know that much. Paul, what's up?
Oh, of course,
Hey,
Paul
guys.
knows.
Hey, Paul. Uncle Paul knows.
Yeah. I lived in Kentucky years ago, and a lot of tobacco farms and shit. But the reason is so the kids can help out on the farms early in the spring. They get out of school early, so they go work on the farms with where they live, and so they go back to school early.
So this is not a new thing.
No.
All right, fine. That makes sense.
It's mostly in the rural areas where there's a lot of farms and shit.
Right.
Like I'm living in Colorado now, and the kids go back to school Thursday.
That's so
Why
Why
weird to me.
Thursday, right before the weekend? What's wrong with people?
I don't know.
Really make it hurt.
Fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up.
They
but,
can't get one last weekend in even.
right.
All right. All right,
guys.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Hey, good luck with the show. Love it, man.
We're trying. We're fucking trying, all right?
Hey, have more confidence in yourself.
We're trying. Where's the Donald Trump tweets? We didn't read them officially. I like that he speaks his mind, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do too.
And it pisses off everybody.
It was something about they're great people and they take the consequences of working overseas.
The U.S. cannot allow, this is Donald Trump on his Twitter, the U.S. cannot allow Ebola-infected people back. People that go to faraway places to help out are great, but must suffer the consequences. It's not a bad thing to say, is it?
No, suffer the consequences is probably a dick way to say it.
True.
There's probably a better way to say, like, they knew what they were doing when they signed up for it. Instead of must suffer the... That's just a businessman with no
I guess
heart
you're right.
talking.
Yeah, I guess there's a better way to say that last part of it. The U.S. must immediately stop all flights from Ebola-infected countries or the plague will start and spread inside our borders. Act fast. And then finally, the fact that we are taking the Ebola patients while others from the area are fleeing to the United States is absolutely crazy. Stupid. So, stupid politics, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I guess that line, but must suffer.
All of this must tweet. Suffer.
Must suffer the
It's
consequences.
like you had us until you said that.
Right.
Like, yeah, technically you're right. They must suffer
They
the consequences.
must.
Yeah, phrase that differently.
Even if you take out must, it reads a lot better. But suffer the consequences.
But every single one of them, he's completely unwilling to have a conversation.
No.
Like, there is nothing to talk about with me here. I have summed it up in 140 characters, and that's that. That's the law of the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, must suffer the consequences. Probably not
Must
the way you
suffer
wanna
the
say that.
consequences. Just good people. They're just good people.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be something wrong with you to actually do that. To go over there and, take care of people that have Ebola and all that.
Yeah.
I think there's something in your head that's a little miswired or something.
And it's too hot for a hazmat suit. You can't wear a fucking hazmat suit in Sierra Leone.
Oh, they're short sleeves. Short sleeves.
The summer ones.
Right.
They're like beekeeper outfits.
Right, with cargo shorts, I don't know. My kids go back this week. All right, we don't have to... Not everyone has to, check in when their kid goes back to school. I just quickly thought it was weird that Dr. Steve was getting his kids ready for the first day of school in early August. That's just strange to me. All right. What else was there? I just want to tell Jimmy that the Freeway Rick Ross interview on his Vice show was amazing.
Thank you, man.
I get to catch up on your show on the weekends when I have a couple hours to myself early in the morning. So Freeway Rick Ross. Most people know about him by now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I never saw him before, never saw an interview with him before, nothing. What a nice, solid, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
That's what was so confusing about the interview.
Yeah, he did 20 years. I guess 20 years in jail. He was supposed to do life without parole, and then I guess he said he started to read.
Right.
And he found out that they had double jeopardied him. How did his lawyers not find that? I wish I would have caught that in the interview.
Right.
How do your lawyers that you're paying all this money to not catch that they're trying you twice for the same thing?
I thought that part of the interview was amazing because when he was growing up, he didn't know how to read or write.
Right.
Then he goes to jail for life, basically, and then educated himself to the point where he started studying his own case and realized, well, there was a loophole there and was able to get himself out of jail.
There's a lot of guys that do
life
that
without
too.
parole.
Yeah, you have nothing but time, so you might as well read. What else? In jail, if you can't read, that has to be a different kind of torture.
Right.
Because there's nothing to do.
That must have been an unbelievable moment when he was reading one day and said, "Oh my God, I might have something here." And then how long did it take after he found that loophole on his own?
I literally don't know. I could have probably talked to him. He's a guy you probably need 4 solid hours with because I covered some of his childhood because to me the fact that he was a tennis player and then became a drug kingpin was very interesting. And
right.
Because if I would have went into that, I would have been like, fuck, why didn't I ask you about his childhood? So I don't know.
No, you did great.
I would love to have known how much, the Noriega stuff I wish I would have asked him about.
Right.
But I didn't catch that until after. I forgot, oh yeah, and he sold to Manuel Noriega. He sold him coke.
Right.
Just there's so many directions to go in.
And estimates are that he made $900 million selling
in the 80s.
drugs. In
about
the 80s.
$2.5 billion today, yeah.
Which would be over $2 billion, $2.5 billion. Wow.
Yeah, he was the real deal, and sold to the Crips and the Blood. He was like the wholesale operator above all those guys.
It was amazing that he said the Crips and Bloods started getting along because they had a common thing,
right?
The drugs and the drug sales. But then you would think they would fight over that, but back then I guess they didn't as much.
Yeah, I guess in the 80s maybe it wasn't as there was so much money to be made.
Right.
That's what I was thinking, that people were just making hand over fist money.
And there were a lot of laughs in the interview too. I hope you guys check it out. It's on Vice.com right now. What was the part? Where he wasn't flashy.
Right.
And that he got a car that looked like the coroner's car.
Coroner's car, yeah.
So no one wants to look at coroner cars. So like when he drove down Main Street or whatever the fuck, Martin Luther King Boulevard, whatever
exactly,
the fuck,
yeah.
people would pretty much look the other way because they never wanted to see that car in their neighborhood.
Yep. And Jonathan is the one that told me that. He goes, he used to drive a station wagon with wood paneling on the side.
Right.
Like just a piece of garbage car
right.
in the ghetto, and nobody would look at him. So what a smart move.
Really smart.
To not get caught because of flash.
And he had safe houses. He had 45 people working for him. Unbelievable. And it all started with one lousy drug deal.
Yeah, which he got ripped off in. $50 drug deal, which he got beat in.
Right.
I would love, because look, you can't be at the top of a drug empire and not have had people killed. You can't. But I mean, I didn't ask him because there's no way with no statute of limitations he would have went, oh yeah, of course, I wouldn't have gotten the, probably, I don't think he could have said that.
Right.
Well, I should have asked him.
And then you got the rapper that took his name.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did the Rick Ross have to take his name?
I don't know exactly how Rick Ross came to that name. I know Rick Ross got in big trouble when he was mentioning, I want to say it was that name and this guy, Larry Hoover, I think, who was, excuse me, the head of a drug gang, I think in Chicago.
Right.
But now all these gangsters were very pissed off at Rick Ross, like last year, for mentioning these names that he shouldn't have been mentioning.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's why his tour got canceled. Do you ever see the videos of like the gangster disciples online?
No.
Fucking calling out Rick Ross.
Oh my God, you never want that.
No, but they're like all over, and they're like wearing like bandanas, and they're it's hard to understand sometimes Southern black gangs. The vernacular they're talking in, you can kind of catch what they're saying is not good, but they're basically saying they want him to write a check. If you're going to come in like a gangster, you're going to write a check, or we're going to treat you like an opposing gangster. So I think Rick Ross was one of the names that they were angry that these guys were that he was invoking. And I did ask him briefly about it. He mentioned
the real Rick Ross, or the original Rick Ross, whatever.
Yeah, the real Rick. I asked him.
However you say it, so you don't get in trouble.
that was my favorite moment in the interview when I asked him if he would have how would he have handled that differently years ago. And
that was really funny.
Of course he would have.
The answer was very funny.
Yeah.
The only question I wish you asked, but I mean, like you said, you could have done at least twice the time. I wonder if he has any of the money left.
I don't know. I wish I would have known that too, because you don't think you're ever getting out, but will anybody be loyal enough to you to hold your money?
Right. Or a question he would never answer, I'm sure. Did he kind of hide some, just in case he, for a rainy day? Let's say.
And being illiterate, how do you know how to follow the trail of money? Oh, he'd probably say it's numbers, but how do you know how to follow where your money is or what your accountants are doing? Or
Right.
is there any way? I think he probably rose and blew up so fast monetarily that it's not like he had a 25-year drug career. That was a few years. He just, because crack cocaine came along.
Right.
Now, I don't know if he had enough time to really.
And the other thing I didn't know about him was that he quit the drug game. In a year and a half, I think you said.
He said a year and a half.
It was, right? A year and a half later is when they got him.
Yeah, the guy's name was.
He was out a year and a half.
Blandone, I think, was his guy.
Do you know how it went down? How they got him?
No, and I've read it. I just don't remember. It was, again, it was. He was out and he was trying to make some money, and I guess the guy just got him on tape. That was his old guy. It was like or he went to buy something that wasn't actually cocaine. It was just some buy and bust thing, I think. Although I guarantee you there's more to that story.
So maybe he wasn't officially out of the game?
Well, there was a freeway task force where they were going after him. So maybe he was the one that they consider that got away. But I don't think anybody else or a lot of other people from the whole Iran-Contra went to jail. I mean, Oliver North, I don't think went to jail. Reagan certainly didn't. I don't think a lot of guys did.
Right.
But on he went to jail for it.
And what does he think about the conspiracy that the government put the crack in the ghettos?
Well, he knows that's the CIA apologized for a lot of that. That wasn't crazy. The guy, I think the guy's name was Gary Webb, the reporter that unearthed all this stuff.
Right.
And he committed suicide. Or there was 2 bullets in his head. He shot himself, I think, twice in the head, and he's dead. But he's the one that was writing about all this, and I think he was ridiculed at first. But he exposed the whole thing with the. He might have been the one that found, by the way, Rick Ross's the problem in his case. Might have been the reporter,
right?
Who actually helped him find that,
right?
But he was ridiculed for talking about the CIA conspiracy, and I don't know if the CIA actually put money in the black neighborhoods or if they just kind of turned a blind eye to it.
Put the crack,
the drugs. Sorry,
oh, right.
Because the money, which wasn't coming from the government, because like if the government gives you money to fund the Contras, you have to explain where that money went. But if it's coming from crack money, that's money that nobody sees being created. So you just funnel it or allow the guy to funnel it to the Contras. So I think that's kind of what's happening. They were allowing a blind eye to be turned to the drugs and the blood. T.I. was talking about that.
I know
when he was in, and I think I mentioned that to.
You did in the interview.
Yeah, about how it sounds paranoid.
Right.
When we hear it, oh yeah, sure, but they did apologize for it, I believe, publicly. I wish we had. We gotta have somebody in here on this.
What?
No, because there's a couple of things I wanted to. Someone's got to. If Sam goes out, just have somebody come in to look at the.
We should get a clip from your interview.
Just that one moment, I would love.
Yeah, we want to get a clip from Jim Norton's Freeway Rick Ross interview. We could do it after the break.
Yeah, it's just that one moment I loved.
Yeah, but we'll explain during the break. But basically, the headline here is go to Vice.com, check out Jim Norton's show. It's really good.
And the new one is this.
And that interview was really good.
Thank you, man.
I wanted to watch the whole hour.
Yeah, I was happy that we talked so much. I wish we had more time. And
what a likable guy.
He was great. He was really surprisingly nice.
Yeah.
And he was like that. There was one moment that you couldn't see on the thing, which at the end we were doing promos, and Kurt Metzger walked onto the stage. And when Kurt walked onto the stage, there was 2 guys in the back that were with him that stood up. And it was just this really weird moment. The audience couldn't see it, but I saw it. It's like he did still have guys with him. Like,
right.
He's not a guy just walking through life unprotected.
And it has to be said because, obviously, him being a massive drug dealer, a lot of people lost their lives because of his dealing.
Sure.
And that's what was so strange for me watching this thing. And it was tough to wrap my head around that. Like, what a lovable, nice guy. But there's certainly a lot of evil that comes with being a drug dealer,
And he knew that. And the one thing he said, too, is that because I asked him if he felt guilt. Because, you or something along that, like a lot of, do you feel bad about it?
Right.
And he said when he started, it was a rich man's drug.
Right.
Like it was a Hollywood. You were bringing Hollywood into the ghetto. It wasn't regular people in those neighborhoods. He didn't think were going to be able to buy what he was selling.
Right.
So I'm guessing that's how you kind of tell yourself it's okay.
Right. Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break and continue with some other things. Dan Soder's here today.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. We got Dan coming in next. And we're just getting started. We got a lot to do still. Should we tease anything? Oh, no, what I want to tease? I do want to play it one more time before we move on. The Wayans thing was fucking making me laugh so hard all weekend, how douche chilly it was, on my part. And I had to point out to you guys, I threw myself under the bus.
I didn't catch it.
I listened to that a few more times, and I was laughing so hard. And my wife's like, "Why do you like being so uncomfortable?"
Was she uncomfortable when you pointed it out to her? She was like,
why would you do that to yourself? No one would do that. She's like, well, you should just let it go. I'm like, I couldn't, though. And now I'm just laughing how stupid I sounded.
God damn.
I go, God damn. I was so like, wow, these compliments, man. If you haven't heard it yet, or if you have, just relive it again with us after the break, and we'll get into other things as well. Stay there.
It's a great show. I ain't saying that because I'm on it.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Come back and see us.
Definitely. It's an honor to be working with my heroes, Damon and Keenan.
Hold on.
Nice to work with my fans.
E-Rock, are we still on? Yeah. Why would you do that?
We were going to talk about when we came back.
That was the tease. Like, I was going to set it up and stuff, and then you just played it out of nowhere.
All right. When you said you wanted to hear it, I was getting it. I didn't hear that.
Too many craft beers last night at the wife's party.
Yeah.
A little slow today.
A little bit.
We were at E-Rock's house last night, all of us. Or you were invited, Jimmy.
I did forget, and I felt bad about it. I really wish I had remembered because I had nothing to do yesterday. I was really pissed when I realized, like, oh, I missed the party.
That was the big tease, and then you just fucking blurkered all over everybody.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I was going to pull it up while you were talking. I wasn't paying attention at that point. He said he brought the clip up, so I went to get it. I thought we were going to break with it. Don't worry about it. We'll do it after.
Yeah, sure.
But all indications were we were going to break with it.
We still going to go to break. He said I need a tease. He couldn't have been more clear. I don't know radio lingo, and I know we need a tease means.
It couldn't be clearer that we were just teasing it.
Yes.
Now there's no reason to play it because you just played it.
Yeah.
No setup, no stopping it to point and laugh at me a little bit.
Yeah, there is. New listeners every hour.
Yeah, but what can we tease the next break?
All right, fuck it. We'll fucking figure it out.
Your rock's being fired.
In case you missed it, recently this happened. I told the story about Jim jerking off my backseat in my car when I just got a new car and his dick's out.
That red car.
Yeah, he's arguing with me as he's jerking off. And I said, at that point, I should have just said, I don't want to be friends with this guy anymore.
It was just you two?
No, Bob Levy.
Bob Levy.
In the front seat?
Yep.
And Jim was in the back.
Why would you jerk off like that?
Dude, it was the first time. We told the story.
So weird of me.
I'll tell you why.
I don't understand.
We had done a gig. It was in Connecticut. And I remember it specifically because it was the first time I almost got laid from comedy. It was, there was a girl, she was maybe a 3.
Yeah.
Remember we were at the table with all of her brothers were hanging out, and she's rubbing my leg under the table. I've never had that happen in my life. It was like something out of a porno movie.
Right.
And I almost dumped in my pants.
And you had those weightlifter pants on, right?
Yeah, the purple ones that Mark Vito gave me. And so I fucking walked her out, and I'm like, come on, I'll sign a headshot for you. And I've never wanted to get blown in the car so bad. But as I'm walking, her brothers are at the door, and I knew I didn't have pictures in the car, so I just made like I was going to sign. I'm like, oh, I can't find them, so I signed a napkin and walked her back. I was so out of control. I was 22 or 23 at the latest. I mean, I made 22.
Yeah, but too old. All right. But I was too old to be jerking off in front of your friends.
But dude, I was in the back seat. It was pitch black driving home. I've never had. I just wanted to come.
I love how you justify
the monster was all over me. I wanted to come.
No, it was this white Plymouth Colt. I just bought it. I was leasing it. Yeah.
Was it your red car?
No. This was before. So I only had the car for like a week. It had the new car smell. It was spotless.
Yeah.
And he was in the back, and I didn't know. Me and Levy hear this noise going on in the back. This swishing noise, and I just turned the interior light on. He's fucking jerking off.
You didn't know him that well yet?
No, I did.
We were all friends.
Right. Yeah.
But I would never do that normally. I would wait. But I was so smitten with the idea that this was comedy pussy. The idea that this girl would have fucked me or sucked my dick, her rubbing my leg, I've never experienced that. It was out of my mind with lust.
That's hilarious.
And he had a T-shirt. I guess he had an extra T-shirt or something like that. He's holding it.
Was I? That I don't remember.
And I'm like, dude, you can't do it. He's like, no, man, I can't wait to get home. And he's still doing it as I'm arguing with him. And I go, dude, I got to pull over, man. You can't fucking do that in my car. He goes, I'm not going to get on it. I got the T-shirt right here. It's going to go right into the T-shirt. He's still jerking it as he's arguing with me, holding a T-shirt in case he arcs one.
I I did stop. I remember I did
He
stop.
didn't stop. You were mad. You wouldn't talk to me the rest of the way. Like it was my fault.
You were in a frenzy.
Dude, I was in a frenzy. I was out of control. Walking out to the car thinking I was going to get my dick sucked, and then her dumb brothers coming to the fucking door. I was out of my mind.
Did you pull your pants down and all that?
No, it was out, but I was fucking...
I would have just rubbed my jeans or something.
No, I was out of control.
A good
at
rub
that point.
going on where no one would see it.
Dude, my whole life I wanted this to happen. It was finally happening, and it got ruined because her brothers.
Wow. That's wild.
You still remember that?
I like it was. I don't even remember what she looked like. I just remember that she was not that attractive, but her touching me under the table, I was out of my fucking head, blind with love.
Want more? Get the show on demand now at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Sirius 206, XM 103. The guys are back.
Big pimpin', baby.
Heaven, baby. I want to welcome Gail to the radio show this morning. Dan Soder is drinking Gail's, iced chai latte?
Yeah, quick coffee, so I have to order that thing.
Now you're quitting coffee? Why?
My stomach. I got, I have a sensitive tummy. My tum-tum sensitive.
It might be all the shit you eat after you get high, though.
That's definitely what it is. That's definitely what it is. There's no...
I cannot... I tried to, cut down on coffee. I'm still, 1 cup a day.
Yeah.
Just to get me started.
Is there caffeine in that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why...
So how are you cutting out coffee?
Because for some reason, coffee fucks with my stomach. That's what this doesn't. And especially when it's ordered by a lady named Gail and I take it.
Why would you take Gail's drink?
I was in a rush. I was running late, and they put it up on the thing, and I was like, I'll just take it. And then I was in the lobby, and I was like, I took someone else's drink order.
You walking around with Gail's fucking drink.
I hope Gail is being fired because she now has a caffeinated drink, and that's decaf. she's calling her boss a cunt face.
Yeah, she slipped. That was her thing. She gave up heroin in the mid-'90s, and now she's unraveling in her office. I just my skin's itching.
There's two douchey stories about drinks in the New York papers today. One is the juice bars are just taking over New York City, which we already knew. But then there's this thing, they're adding grains to coffee. I bring this up because of your girly drink. Coffee with grains is all the buzz in New York City. They're adding, here's a beverage that really goes against the grain. Bottled oats and seedy lattes are sprouting all over. Some blended into sweet coffees. Others throwbacks to instant breakfast drinks. All right. They're adding, it's a Korean-based chain in Midtown. Okay. That boasts a 5-grain latte made with, would you drink this is my question, sesame, barley, black beans, brown rice, and soybeans.
No.
In addition to coffee.
No.
When I tell people what's in it, they're repulsed, but when I whip it up, they are pleasantly surprised. I'm thinking we should try this out, though. Where are they? They're located in Koreatown, it looks like, which isn't far from here.
But can you even taste the difference? That's like something that they do, and there's almost no taste difference. Like, oh, but there's beans in there.
It's infused. They always say that shit, and you're like, it just still tastes like coffee.
Yeah, what does that mean, infused?
I don't know. It's a term all these restaurants use.
It's a way that they can just charge you more money. That's all they do. They just say some fancy shit. And
how do they infuse it?
I don't know.
They inject it?
Well, they do that with everything. Like cupcakes. And whenever, white people really want to make a lot of money, we just start saying that there's different shit in there that costs more.
Yeah. Well, red velvet is hot right now.
It's always been hot, though.
It has been?
Yeah, red velvet's always been. People sleep on it, but it's always been.
E-Rock had a party for his wife last night, and it's just so weird. Everyone was just abuzz because the cake was a red velvet cake. I'm like, why are we still excited about red velvet?
Apparently, it's a rare item that was found. Where'd you get this? A block away.
It's not actual velvet. It's like
I was thinking, are people that bored with their lives? There was actually the party was a buzz. Like, oh, you hear it's a red velvet cake. I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Like that chatter. What's everyone talking about? The cake's red velvet.
It's a red velvet cake.
Oh.
Pass the word.
Oh. He does love her. He got a red velvet cake.
I was tricked at first, but it's just cake.
That even happened at Amy's party on Saturday. Ari Shafir was like, "Oh my god, I just found one that's red velvet."
Oh, the cupcake.
Oh, really?
There was cupcakes all over.
Yeah, we were eating. Obviously, Ari and I, the two stoners, are just eating cupcakes, and then Ari's like, came up to me. He's like, "I got a red velvet one," and I was even like, "Oh, where?" So it's a trick. It's
do tell.
Is it over there? Are we a click southwest of it? Just fighting my way to get through the crowd.
Stupid red velvet. Enough already. Who cares?
That tricks me.
They went uneaten though. Like every table had like 6 cupcakes in a half circle around every table, and nobody was fucking with them.
I worked my way through it like Pac-Man. I was just like fucking eating my way. When I saw you, I think I'd worked all my way back to the end of the party, and I was like, "All right, I'm gone. I can't eat too many cupcakes."
What party? This sounds like a big shindig.
It was the train wreck rap party.
Amy Schumer's movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you in it too, Dan Soder?
Briefly. Very brief. In fact, if you like blink, you won't see me.
Maybe you're not going to be in it then. You
cutting room floor.
You might do the old cutting room floor thing.
That's all right. If I do, I hope I do.
Jimmy's definitely in it.
They showed clips. They showed clips.
Of you?
Well, the whole it was a 10-minute clip of just of dailies that were thrown.
How did it look?
It looks very good. It looks very fun.
Did you make the dailies?
I did.
That's awesome.
Oh, you're in it then.
I think so.
I just want to make the credits because I would be credited as dumpster guy. That was on like the trailer when I came and everything.
You played dumpster guy?
Yeah, make out with Amy.
Nice.
Next to a dumpster.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. It's one of those things where it was like, you know, Amy and I are like friendly, and then she's like, and Judd's like, "All right, action," and like, and then like,
did you use tongue?
No. We didn't use tongue. I don't know why.
That's not acting.
Is it what?
It's not acting. And you got a chick, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of cheated on your chick to be in a movie. Because it's not acting. Tell me how it's acting.
I don't know. I don't think that's not cheating.
It's not cheating because it's for a movie, but you can't. I don't believe that that's acting.
I don't think it's acting. I kissed Amy for 2 takes, and then they're like, "All right,
only
good
2
job."
takes."
Yeah, nailed it.
Are you just mushing? Were you mushing?
We were drunk. It was supposed to be a drunk makeout, so it was sloppy.
There were lips, though.
They were, yeah.
Deep
No
lips.
tongue?
No tongue. No,
I
I don't know. I mean, I know Amy, so it would have been weird.
But did you talk about it first?
No, she was like, "Let's just make this funny looking and like sloppy." So kind of miss a couple times.
I would have went tongue.
Yeah, always.
You know what though?
Because I'm not a good actor.
But if I go tongue, what if that throws it off? And now she's pissed and like I don't know.
You're drunk and you're supposed to be sloppy kissing somebody. You would kiss with tongue if you were a drunk sloppy kisser in an alley.
I think I blew it, Jim. I blew it. I realized I fucked up.
Those makeout scenes, I don't think they're acting at all.
They don't use tongue a lot of times. Though.
I know, but I don't think it's acting. I really don't.